3 News at 6.
And then 5 seconds later, there was every kind of police vehicle you could imagine.
A bank robbery ended with 2 arrests, but the suspects ran before they ended up in handcuffs. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. 2 teenagers are accused of robbing a bank that's been hit several times before. They went to Regions Bank near West Clark and South State Street in Champaign. A 16-year-old and 18-year-old, Takir Pickens, are in custody. They ran a few blocks from the bank before police caught up to them. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays was live at the bank, and Jamie, neighbors watched all of this happen.
That's right, and many told me they were confused when they saw the teenagers running. But that confusion soon turned into fear when they realized it was police they were running away from. Police officers swarmed outside Regions Bank in Champaign on the hunt for 2 suspects.
I was definitely pretty nervous.
I was anxious just because in any time those situations when that many people show up causes some anxiety.
Police were called to the bank around 11:30 for an armed robbery and shots fired. No one was hit by a bullet, but an employee was hurt after police say one of the suspects assaulted them. Nearby schools were placed on a soft lockdown and businesses were on alert.
Made sure to call the non-emergent line just to get any updates as we could and just kept everybody inside and away from the windows.
It didn't end there. The suspects got away and police went after them.
Right there, yep, behind that yellow house. There he is, you see him?
People in the neighborhood watched it all happen.
And I just watched this guy come running and run in between these 2 houses. I was like, well, that's weird, you know.
I looked to my left, and there's a guy walking up on me, and then I looked to the right, and there's another guy walking up on me, and they kind of V'd in front of me, and I back up. They just looked at me like something was wrong, and I heard sirens, and I was like, ah.
Despite the chaos happening outside their front doors, not everyone was shaken by what they saw.
It looked like the cop was in really good physical shape, so I was like, good luck, dude.
And they did end up having good luck. A few blocks away, where police finally arrested the teenagers and found a gun. Police say even though they have the suspects in custody, this investigation is not over yet. They're asking anyone with surveillance video to come forward. Live in Champaign, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jamie, thank you so much. Now, an email was sent to parents this afternoon at Central High School informing them of the soft lockdown during the investigation. The email says, in part, quote, students remained inside the schools in their regular classes for about 10 minutes until the police indicated the soft lockdown could be lifted. There was no direct threat to the schools. Urbana police are looking for a handful of people they say committed credit card fraud and theft. They want you to look at these pictures. There are 4 individuals police want to talk to. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. The number will be right there on your screen.
Police at Eastern Illinois University investigated a threat made this morning. The unspecified threat was made to a local crisis hotline. Police determined the threat was not a concern. Police did get another report of a gun in Douglas Hall during the investigation. That was unfounded. The University of Illinois is taking steps to address sexual harassment and misconduct on campus. The Committee on Faculty Sexual Misconduct released a 127-page report with 65 recommendations to change policies. It includes a sexual harassment policy to expand the definition of improper behavior and a new process for the school to follow to respond to sexual misconduct. The provost says this is something that is beneficial not just for the university, but for everyone.
Essentially changing the climate in the way we operate when it comes to people reporting events of sexual misconduct, concerns about sexual misconduct, and also processes that will allow us to move expeditiously and effectively.
The U of I hopes to move as quickly as possible to implement the recommendations. The provost says some of the policies are already being done and others will take immediate effect. We have new details tonight. Plans for Danville's casino continue to move forward.
The city's decision on whether or not to approve the full proposal from the casino developer is minutes away, and that will set the next steps in motion. WCIA 3's Emily Braun is live in Danville now. You're about to head into the council meeting, but first tell us some highlights from the proposal.
Well, here's one perk from the proposal, Jennifer. The city of Danville automatically gets a $3 million paycheck once everything is set in stone. So here's how that's going to break down. $1 million will go to riverfront improvements. $1 million will go to overall municipal city improvements. And $1 million will go toward the area Boys and Girls Club. Another big perk of all of this means new jobs. Haven Gaming says the construction of this casino and resort will require about 950 jobs initially, and then after the opening, the company will honor an agreement to employ Vermilion County residents to make up about 75% of its workforce. Aside from the proposal, though, the city is also set to approve the site plan and zoning ordinance required to set everything in motion. And speaking of opening, once the company gets the license from the Illinois Gaming Board, they will have 1 year from the date that license is issued to open up the casino. And if they don't, they're going to be facing a hefty fine for each day they are late on that proposal. So we'll let you know more about what happens tonight at 10. Live in Danville, Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Yeah, that fine $200,000 a day if they're not open.
Yep, incentive.
Yes, get it done. All right, thank you. We've got a follow-up for you here tonight. Homeowners and renters will have the chance to bring their concerns to the state about property taxes. A hearing is being held in Mattoon. A subcommittee of Governor Pritzker's property tax task force will be there to answer your questions. It was formed to draft legislation to help property owners get relief from high property taxes. The meeting starts at 6:30 at the Cross County Mall. We'll have more details tonight at 10. Piatt County sent out its property reassessments this weekend. Some homeowners are a little confused.
That's right. Hundreds on Facebook say their house hasn't changed, yet their assessment value jumped. Now they're afraid higher taxes may follow. WCIA 3's Andy Olson joins us live from the control room tonight. Andy, will that be the case for people in Piatt County?
Well, Paul, we don't know exactly yet if they're going to see higher taxes. The assessors say they don't set the taxes themselves, but even they admit higher property values could mean a bigger bill. Piatt County is on a quadrennial reassessment schedule, meaning each property within the county will be reassessed every 4 years. And 2019 happens to be that year. The process starts with the state setting the market value based on previous property sales. Illinois requires property assessments to be at least 33 1/3% of that market value. That's why so many people saw their assessment increase, and Piatt County's assessor says they have to do it or else the state won't be so kind with their assessments.
If we don't do it at the county level and at the township level, the state will come in and do it. And then they'll have a higher factor on their tax bills that are applied to townships that didn't necessarily need that high of a factor.
There are certain exemptions for some people being reassessed. Farmers, veterans, and seniors all get reassessed differently. For example, seniors over 65 can have their home values frozen and not allow it to be assessed for more. For people who really disagree with their assessment, you can pick up one of these appeal forms at the Piatt County Courthouse. Get it filled out in time for the November 8th deadline, and you may be able to be in front of a hearing and get your case heard on why your property value should be changed. Live in the control room, Andy Olson, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, good information, Andy. Thanks.
We're a year away from the 2020 elections. Who's already holding hearings to make sure there are no security breaches in Illinois?
Also tonight, the WCIA 3 family just got a little bigger. Meet the latest addition to the sports team.
And our weather tonight is looking a little cloudy out there on the Roofing Dog Gibson Area Hospital camera there in Gibson City. A recap of today, it was a cool 38 this morning, 66, actually right on the money for the normal high for this time of the year. Got a little rain to show you. We'll look at that, how things turn much colder, and then some nice warmth around for the weekend coming up.